Hey everybody, welcome back. And this is Batman number 102, written by James Tynion IV and art by Carlo Pagulayan, Danny Miki, Carlos D'Anda, and Clayton Cowles. And we're coming out still of the Joker War. We're going to have the repercussions of that. And one thing that makes me laugh is you end up having Clown Hunter, the character, the guy, the boy that ends up going after the clowns, What is he going to do now? The Joker War's over, but you didn't really introduce him fully. So you need to have these side clowns, these side people who end up wanting to be the Joker deal, and they add too much toxin there from it just kind of makes me laugh. The idea, the Clown Hunter, what is he going to do? We're just going to have to force things. Well, we also get the Ghost Maker. So you got Punchline, the Ghost Maker, the Clown Hunter, the Candlestick Maker, the Butcher, the Baker. We have them all here. What we don't get a lot of, though, is Batman. And you do get bits and pieces. Batman working with Barbara Gordon as Oracle. She's there in the earpiece. That's awesome. You don't get a ton, and what you end up getting is Batman going to kind of thinking he's stopping Clown Hunter and then realizes, oh no, it's Ghost Maker. And he knows Ghost Maker. This is personal. Oh my. And then you go back in the day where Bruce was training before he became Batman, where he wanted to learn the knife fighting. He wanted to be a guy who can slice and dice. And so he ends up going to Ireland, where he goes to Tommy Tavane. This guy has won it in 16 countries. He's good with the knife fights, right? And so when he does this, you end up having Ghostmaker show up. Hey, Bruce, Tommy's mine. Go get your own knife fighter. Oh, man, Ghostmaker, you're always yelling, especially after you did that to our master a couple weeks. Like, you get this personal background, but you don't really get it. And really, if you are somebody who's read some Batman or whatever, it just reminds me of a Nobody, the character Nobody. Really, really does. I mean, it's so much so that I'm like, could this end up being Morgan Descartes? Could it be? No, he's dead. But you end up there like it doesn't feel fresh or new. We've seen this with other characters. And even with that, it even reminds me of, say, like a Karma or a First Victim that you end up. James Tynion likes to have these ambiguous characters show up and, oh man, you did this and you did that, but we don't know anything about you, whatever. But we do see it's personal. But with this whole deal, you're not getting a lot of Batman. So once you know this background of Ghostmaker, then you go and cut back to Clown Hunter. And what's a Clown Hunter to do after a Joker War? Well, target Harley. Harley walking around Gotham and wants to get an apartment, says to the guy, I'll pay double rent. He's like, no way, we don't accept your kind and your costumes. Hey, would you accept Superman? Well, that's Superman, you're not Superman. All this to just set where, oh no, Clown Hunter is going to blow up the building because Harley's there. And then you get Ghostmaker show up to go against Clown Hunter, but then you get Batman showing up and punching Clown Hunter and the Ghostmaker. You get confused there. They're going to fight. And basically it just ends up with Ghostmaker saying, yeah, I told you that I'd stay away from your city. He obviously knows who Bruce Wayne Batman is because they trained together. I told you that, but you're not doing your job. I'm here to take over. There you go. And that's the end. And I just sat there like, all right, like James Tynion was the safe choice to be on Batman. And I don't mind James Tynion, but I like most of his indie stuff more than the DC stuff. And this just felt overly generic. It felt like all you're doing is trying to force your character of Clown Hunter, now Ghostmaker, in and not really have much of a story for it because it just feels like so many other Batman stories that have come before that it was a letdown. I thought so, but I liked the art. I thought the art was great. But other than that, yeah, it's kind of a skip for me right now. And I'm just going to kind of wait and see once we get to Future State and then out what ends up happening with Batman. Because right now it just feels like it's treading water. It feels like you have a couple months before we end up having this change going on. And yeah, you got these characters you created. Well, just throw those in, and they're not really that interesting right now. So That's a miss for me, but that's just me. And a bunch of people told me they liked it a lot more than I did, but that's fine as well. But hey, everybody, please, if you like the video, like it below, subscribe to the channel, look at the show notes there, and you'll find all sorts of links to weird science stuff, Marvel, DC, podcast, websites, all that jazz. So, thanks, and I'll talk to you later.